everyone, welcome back to Ireland. Now here's a quick question. What do you think about this field? It's nice and big, close to the shop, and apparently it's owned by a virtual farmer. It's now going to be owned by us. Yes, I am going to buy it. To do this, I'm going to have to increase the loan massively. However, we're going to cut the grass on here to start with. That's going to give us a hell of a lot of silage, I'm sure. And once that is done, I think that's enough, we're going to plant soybeans in here and we're going to make a fortune. So, 521,000. I have just increased the loan to 910, I know. But we're going to have the cows, not the cows, we're going to have the lovely horses soon that will be ready. So we will not be worrying about money for too long. We'll be able to. We'll use the horses to pay off a bunch of loan. We'll buy another 4, obviously, to replace them. We should get a good amount of money from the silage, and of course we'll make a lot of money from soybeans if we sell them at the right price, which is of course my intention. We do need to do the canola as well. We've got 1 field of canola left ready to harvest, but I'm going to focus on this field, at least for the first part of this episode. So we need to get ourselves a mower. This is a big field, so I am going to lease the awesome Chrome Big M. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go behind afterwards and we will pick it all up. So let's get over to the field. Look at this thing, it is so cool. I had this on FS19 and at that point it was just a mod. Obviously now it's an actual in-game vehicle, which is really nice. Right, where's the track that leads into our field? I would say it's this one here. This rusty gate. Can we get through there? That's a question. Oh, just about. Okay, so get that turned off. Get the decks unfolded. Now, work mode. Selected work mode, wide spreading. No, that's not what I want. Left control and Y. Swath dropping. Yeah, we want that option there. Now, turn it on. Wow, why did we just float? That's a little bit odd. Right, anyway. Let's get ourselves some silage. This is going to be, well, it's not actually going to be that quick a job, I don't think, because this field is enormous. But this is obviously going to be worth it. On top of this, I'm pretty sure this field needs liming and ploughing. But I'm not going to do that this time. Instead, I'm going to do a straight up seeding. We've got the direct drill, so we can seed directly. And that's because I really want to just get this field, get this field planted and get the soybeans harvested. I don't see any point in delaying it, really. This is quite annoying. We should probably take this out at some point in the future. These bushes, because they're going to get on my nerves, I'm sure. There seems to be a good amount of grass coming off this field. Let's just get right in there. Okay, cool. And of course this is where the big M comes in very, very handy. I'm just going to set the speed up. Whenever I set the videos up, I always start in a slightly lower speed. And then of course, forget to change it afterwards. Cat attack. So we could have gone for a smaller field. I did have a look at what other fields we could possibly buy. But in the end, because of the location and the size of it, I decided this was just a good one to go with, even though it was very expensive. However, when we move maps, we'll obviously sell the field and we'll get the money back. So it's not a big deal. Okay, more hedges. I'm not sure how we're going to do with seeding when we do this, because it might be a little bit complicated. Is this part of our field as well? I would say yes. I think only up to this sort of boundary next to the road. It's a shame we don't have cows, really. I did think about getting cows, but we've got the pigs and we've got the horses, and we've got cows on Geiselsberg. So I don't think there's much need really for the cows. We can always get some on the next map, because the valley, the old farm, provided they haven't changed things massively, the cow farm is actually on the main yard. So it's a good place. It's a good map to have cows on, I think. So I think, as this field is so large, best thing to do is going to be to stick this onto a time lapse. We could have made silage bales really, but I think the pit is going to be better. I think it's just going to be easier to manage. So yeah, let's get onto a time lapse. I will see you when the field is completely mowed.
Life was dull until you came. Now I see in color again. It could rain, I don't mind if it pours, 'cause I'm right next to you. Come rain or come shine, I don't mind, 'cause I'm right next to you. It's you, right next to you. Never thought I'd feel this high. The sky has never felt this close, and when you kiss me, I can't believe that I am yours and you are mine. You took the pain away, didn't mind my scars, mend my broken heart. Life was dull until you came. Now I see in color again. It could rain, I don't mind if it pours, 'cause I'm right next to you. Come rain or come shine, I don't mind, 'cause I'm right next to you. It's you, right next to you. Next to you.
Okay, so this is basically the very end. I don't think I'm going to be able to get everything here in one single go, but we'll give it a good go. Oh, there's not much missed. I can live with that. So the only other bit down, well, the only other bit remaining on the field is just the small section that I missed down here. But this will not take long to tidy up at all. I think we're going to need to get a bigger forage wagon to do this job. I've got this feeling that our small one is not big enough. I think it's only just under 30,000. It's just not going to be big enough, really. So we may have to rent that. But luckily, our tractor is powerful enough that we don't need to worry too much. So what I'm going to do to start with is, just in case I decide to cut some more grass for whatever reason, we've paid for this for an hour. We've only used it for 0.4. So we're just going to park him over here for now. Return it later if needed. And I'm going to go and get the forage wagon we have, and then we'll decide whether we need a bigger one. Okay, so I've just had a quick check, and it's 24,500. So the only way to see if this is going to be any good is for me to actually start filling up. So we'll see how quickly we actually load up. Based on that, should have an idea of whether we actually need something bigger. But on the basis that we've almost got 5,000 and I've driven 100 yards from where I started, I think we're going to struggle. The biggest one in the game is 56,500. Obviously that's going to be a heavy beast, but we can technically pull it. We have the horsepower requirement to operate it. Whether we'd be able to pull it as well is a completely different story, because we'd have no horsepower left in the engine. But we shall see. Because, yeah, this is not going to cut it. We're going to be at this for days. And I would really like to get the field seeded in this episode as well. Plus, you know, it's really boring just watching me go back and forth to the whatever it's called, the silage clamp. Yeah, it's going to get really boring watching me do that. So I think we'll get this guy filled, and yeah, then we'll go and rent something. Luckily, we're very close to the shop. And there we go. We made it. I don't know, what is that? A fifth? A sixth, maybe, of the way around the field? Maybe even less than that, actually. So that... yeah. This is going to be a big job, even for 56,000 litres. But we will do it. Yeah. We'll get it done. And our clamp is going to be full. So drop this off here. And we'll go back to the shop. Oh, left hand side of the road. The correct side. And let's see how much it's going to cost for us to get something nice and big. Okay, so we have got modded 52,700. That one's really cheap because it's basically just been modded to have a ridiculously large capacity. So that is an option, but I kind of wanted something more realistic. So that's 47,300. That's a big boy. That's what we've got now. 43,000. I like that Fendt. So the class would be a good one to use. We've got these two here for 56,000 and 56,500. They're going to cost me 8,415 or 7,650. And this guy 7,854. I think I'm going to have to go with this. But we need to put the extension on. Don't think we need to change the wheel brand. Not really. Well, maybe we'll put the Michelin's on. Right, so let's lease that. Look at the size of this thing. Our tractor is going to be a little bit dwarfed, I think. But he should have the power to pull it. Seems to be okay. So we will go and we'll try, we'll try with this then. Let's see how this goes. Right, so the good news is I managed to make it all the way around the field and start off on a second headland before we filled up. The other good news is this tractor is not struggling at all to pull it. Bad news, there is a lot of grass on this. So, it's going to be quite a few trips back and forth, I think. Okay. And you can see here, there is a fair amount of grass in there. And that is a good chunk. So, yeah, we're going to go and get this emptied. I have no idea what the capacity of that pit is, but I think we're going to be testing its limits this time. I'm going to go with maybe 600,000 litres of grass on that field at the moment. I think it's going to be somewhere around there. So, take a guess, and I will update you as we go.
Sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday. Nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Saturday night. I'm gonna quit my job. Never wanna have no boss. I just wanna play my rock and roll like they do on the radio. Tommy's got brand new drums, and I still have my old guitar. And John said this next song's gonna be real good, if you know what I mean. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there.
Okay, so as you saw there, that was 7.5 loads, only counting this one as half, and 414,000 litres. Now, I said 600,000 before we started, but as I was picking up and I was thinking how I could best edit this together, I had that number 7.5 in my head. Don't know why. A little bit creepy, but I think that is more chaff than we have ever had before. It's absolutely incredible. And it's going to pay for the entire field, I think. So we're going to get the workers started on the seeding, but we're just going to be leaving him going on his own, basically, because there's not much time left in today's episode. That took me a really, really long time to do. So we do need to just set the worker off and let him carry on with it into next episode. But first, I need to repair. Yep. We're going to need to refuel as well. But we do also need to refill the seeder. I don't know if I can refill both here. I can definitely refill seeds. No, I can't, because I don't have any money. Okay, so let's extend the loan a little. We shouldn't have to extend it by much. The seed that goes into there does last a fair amount of time. Okay. And then I believe, I really hope, that we can fill this guy up from around here. But I do sometimes have issues actually refilling here, partly because of the refueling station is in the exact same place. See, that's refueling me. Okay, if I turn the engine off. No, that's not helping. Yeah, it's a bit fiddly where I can get, where I can actually pick stuff up from. I'm sure I can actually refill from here. Let's just have a quick check. Oh no, that's liquid fertilizer only. So I have to buy solid fertilizer. Ugh. Okay, well, in that case, we'll buy some solid fertilizer on our way, because we've got to go past the shop anyway. I can close this though. Yeah, we'll just buy ourselves a big bag or something. Yeah, so 414,000 litres. If we can get a good price for it, we're looking at 250 to 300,000 euros for that, which is incredible. With the horses that we're going to sell in a few episodes' time, we are going to basically pay off that field before we actually harvest it, which is awesome, to be perfectly honest. Can we refill from this? I'm not sure. No? No, apparently not. Right. So we need, it'll be a big bag, won't it? Yep. So, solid fertilizer, 2,000 litres. That should be plenty. Wow, that was not good driving. Neither was that. Basically, do not drive like I am doing now. You will have noticed as well that I did have to actually compact the pit. That was because I just couldn't drive in there. So I really had to actually compact it. but it shouldn't take too long for me to finish compacting it now. If we're going to keep doing that sort of level of silage though, in future series or whatever, I think we're going to have to invest in a silage roller. I'm not a big fan of the levelers. I really struggle to make them work, but a silage roller would be very, very useful. So, it's all been cut, all been collected. Let's get a course going. So this is field 14. Okay. There we go. Now let's try that again. Headland. We'll do 2 around the headland. Start work on the up and down. Headland corners. No, we'll do it smooth. Bypass island simple. Okay. Nice, he's worked that out quite easily. That should be okay. Cool. I'm going to save this as field 14. Oops. Field 14 seed. Where is the starting point? Should be somewhere around here. That's the stopping point. Maybe at the other end. So let's get down to the other end. And yep, soybeans are going in here. They should make us plenty of money as well. And we can always give some to the pigs if we really need to anyway. Not a big problem to give our pigs some soybeans, but the canola we've got on the field should keep them going anyway for a while. Shouldn't need to worry too much. Okay, I'm a little bit worried about how this headland is going to work. I think the headland is going to try and go through those bushes, which will not be good, of course. Okay, so start at first, and off we go. So we're going to find out in an episode or two whether our investment really has paid off. I'm hoping so, but we shall see. So for now, let me just get rid of that. For now, thank you very, very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and feel free to share the video. Also, check out my Facebook and Twitter feeds now for updates about anything that's going on. So, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.